The internet has given us some great things, like the ability to watch videos of people opening boxes, and the ability to pretend we can fly by strapping cardboard wings to our arms, and jumping off of tall buildings. But one of my favorite recent gifts from the internet is the hashtag sleep maxing. Sleep maxing is an optimistic way of talking about improving your sleep quality as much as possible through small changes. And while it sounds pretty harmless, sleep experts say that some trends associated with sleep maxing may be counterproductive. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about what sleep maxing is, why it's potentially harmful, and how to make your own sleep routine work for you without getting too caught up in the details. So first of all, let's talk about what sleep maxing actually is. Sleep maxing is a hashtag coined on TikTok that refers to the idea of doing whatever you can to maximize your sleep quality. It has become especially popular recently because studies have found that good sleep is more important for mental health than previously thought. And these tips generally are not bad advice. Things like blackout curtains, magnesium mocktails, and screen curfews can be helpful tools for getting better sleep. Blackout curtains block out all light in a room, which is ideal for people who are trying to sleep during the day or who live somewhere very sunny. A 2019 study found that blackout curtains were effective at improving sleep quality for people with obstructive sleep apnea and daytime napping. There is also some evidence that drinking magnesium supplements or eating foods high in magnesium can promote relaxation and improve sleep. And it's true that spending less time on your phone before bed can help. The blue light emitted from phones can suppress melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. And the engaging content on these apps can make it hard to wind down. So in general, it makes sense to develop a bedtime routine that includes relaxing activities rather than scrolling through your phone. But while these trends might be well-meaning, sleep experts worry that sleep maxing may be taking things too far. In fact, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine released a statement this year urging caution when following sleep advice online. They said that uncritical adoption of some of these recommendations can lead to unrealistic expectations and unnecessary interventions that may actually disrupt sleep. So let's talk about some of those potentially problematic sleep maxing habits and what to do instead. Trend No. 1. Sleep tracking. Sleep trackers monitor things like how long you slept for, how much time you spent in different sleep stages, and how often you were disrupted. And while monitoring your sleep objectively can be helpful for some people, research shows that most people don't need them and that they may even be harmful. In a 2023 study, researchers surveyed parents about their use of wearables to monitor their children's sleep. Most parents reported that these devices had a negative effect on their child's sleep, such as making their child anxious about not getting enough sleep or worrying about a low sleep score. This effect is called neuroempathy. In a 2023 article published in Current Opinion in Psychology, researchers describe neuroempathy as taking the output of a device that measures psychological or physiological data and internalizing it. For example, if you get a sleep tracker that tells you you only slept for 5 hours last night, you might feel anxious, especially if that number seems low compared to what you see other people getting. You may then ruminate about the quality of your sleep and spend more time lying awake at night, worrying about it. And neuroempathy is not just a theoretical concern. A 2020 study found that people who used a sleep tracking app were more likely to experience daytime drowsiness and insomnia than people who did not use the app. Now, this does not mean that sleep tracking is never useful. In some cases, it can help people who have trouble sleeping or who need objective data to track progress. For example, people with sleep disorders or who have had a lot of disruptions to their sleep, like shift workers, might benefit from sleep tracking. But if you have no reason to think that you're not sleeping well, experts say that you're probably better off skipping the sleep tracker. Trend No. 2. White noise machines. White noise machines can help drown out distracting sounds like traffic, barking dogs, and screaming babies. That's why they're often used in hospitals and on airplanes. But some research suggests that they may do more harm than good. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that participants reported significantly higher sleep quality when they were exposed to natural sounds like birds or running water compared to white noise. What's more, a 2020 meta-analysis concluded that white noise actually impairs speech perception and hearing impairment. Read adults and children. If you use a white noise machine to cover up for hearing loss, researchers suggest that it could make communication even more difficult. This does not mean that you should throw away your white noise machine. If you find that it helps you sleep, then keep using it. But it is worth considering whether there might be better options out there. Trend No. 3. Weighted blankets. Weighted blankets are another product that has grown really popular in the last few years. Proponents of weighted blankets claim that they can reduce anxiety, improve mood, and of course, promote sleep. Unfortunately, the science behind these claims is lacking. One of the largest studies on weighted blankets found that they had no significant effect on anxiety or depression, while anecdotal reports suggest that weighted blankets may help people with PTSD, autism, and ADHD. There is little scientific evidence to support this. There also hasn't been much research on whether weighted blankets actually improve sleep. One small 2016 study found that participants felt more relaxed after 10 minutes under a weighted blanket and slept longer than usual. But the results of this study were not statistically significant, and the study was not peer-reviewed. Like the other trends we have discussed, this does not mean that you should throw away your weighted blankets. If you enjoy the feeling of being hugged all the time, then by all means keep hugging yourself. But it is worth keeping in mind that there is no real evidence that it will improve your sleep. Trend No. 4. Blue light filters. Blue light filters are a feature on many smartphones and computer screens that reduce the amount of blue light coming from the device. As I mentioned earlier, blue light can suppress melatonin production, so turning on blue light filters before bed may help you sleep better. However, a 2021 study found that blue light filters did not improve sleep quality or delay melatonin suppression compared to non-filtered light. There is also some evidence that blue light filters can distort colors on your screen, which can be distracting and make it harder to focus on your work. So if you are using a blue light filter right now, it might not be doing anything. Trend No. 5. Staying in bed. This last trend is not a technology, but it's a behavior that sleep maxers recommend. The idea is that once you get into bed, you should stay there until you fall asleep. The theory is that leaving your bed will disrupt the association between your bed and sleep. But research suggests that it may actually be better to leave your bed if you're having trouble sleeping. One study published in the journal BMJ in 2017 found that people who got out of bed when they can sleep fell asleep faster the next night than people who stayed in bed. Another study published in the journal Sleep in 2018 came to the same conclusion. Researchers monitored the sleep of 349 college students for 28 days and found that getting out of bed when you can't sleep is associated with shorter times to sleep onset and wake after sleep onset. So if you can't fall asleep, it may be better to get out of bed and do something relaxing like reading or listening to music until you feel tired. Then go back to bed and try falling asleep again. So there you have it, 5 sleep maxing trends that experts say you should skip. Now this does not mean that you shouldn't try to optimize your sleep routine. On the contrary, sleep experts recommend evidence-based routines. Just make sure that you are not fixated on any one thing. When it comes to your sleep, there is no such thing as too much sleep or the perfect bedtime routine. You just want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep to feel rested and that your sleep routine fits into your lifestyle. So thanks for watching this episode. If you liked it, please like the video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.